Hello, and welcome to Jurassic TBR. Hello, guys. Welcome back. How is it October? How is it October? I'm filming this a little bit early. We still got like a week. I think exactly a week and a day. So I don't know. It's 23rd, I think, today, but exactly a week and a day until October. I am shooketh. First off, it doesn't even feel like fall here. It's still quite warm. We're definitely having Indian summer, and I like it, but I don't like it at the same time. How is it fall? Okay. Anyways, this is Jurassic TBR. If you guys are unfamiliar, this is my TBR game that I play every month to help me pick out the books I'm going to be reading in the month of the month. This will be October. So a very, very brief synopsis of the game. If you guys want a more in-depth of the rules and all of that kind of stuff, check out my playlist. I will link it, that has all my past videos. But this is my game. The object of the game is to get from here, and you follow the footprints all the way to there on the helicopter pad where you escape. Each footprint each different color is a different prompt. So for green, we have our Mr. TBR cards. For red, we have our Jurassic TBR cards. White means my owned TBR. Yellow means a fantasy, and black means a thriller. And then the only other different one is up right here. We have nonfiction. Oh, and TBR. If I land on that one, I just got to pick from my nonfiction shelf. And the only other rule is when I get to the top, I have to escape with the exact number that I roll on the dice. If I do not roll the exact number to escape, then I have to go backwards the amount that the dice says. And then from there on out, I just roll till I escape. There's no number set after that because I'm not about to torture myself. But that's my game. That is Jurassic TBR. Once again, like last month, I forgot to write down what all my prompts and everything were for last month. So I know I've completed majority of them. I'm going to go ahead and insert a clip here. It might look a little different as far as lighting because I'm actually going to film it after I'm done with this part. I'm making it complicated for myself, but anyways, here's the clip. Sorry if the angle or anything is a little bit different. Like I said, this is me from the future. Also have the fan on because it got real freaking hot. I'm going to tell you really fast what my TBR was for August. And I still have a few days left in August, like a week left. So we're just going to go through this really quickly. I had a thriller, which was to read Wild Dark Shore. I'm currently in the middle of this. I landed on own TBR, which got me Arabian Nights, which I haven't even started yet. Then I had nonfiction owned TBR, which I am reading. I'm reading it. I will finish it this month because I'm reading a thing every day. It's a United States Cryptids. There you go. That's what I've been reading. After that, I had a buzzword, and I chose the one with punctuation in the title. So I chose Abominable Science. Haven't started this one yet, but I think I'm actually going to start this one tonight, so it'll most likely count. Then I had Thriller, which I chose The Crash for Free McFadden. I DNF'd that one. I still count DNFs as wins. It doesn't matter because it's Thriller, not a card. Anyways, and then I had graphic novel, which I read Woman in the Woods. So the only thing that could possibly be going back into my stack would be the Buzzword one for this one. If I don't at least get a good chunk of the way through, then Buzzword will be going back into my active stack, whereas I know for a fact graphic novel is being discarded. And if I don't read this, the little slip that tells me what the name of the book is goes back into my TBR jar. So that's it. Let's move on back to past me and continue. Okay, now that future me is done talking, let's get into October. October is my birthday month. October is the best month. October is fall. October is everything wonderful and spooky. I love October so much. It's my all-time favorite month. Not just because it's, my month, my birthday month, but just it's such a good month, I am for sure taking part in at least one readathon. I don't know if I'm taking part in any more than one yet. I haven't really done my research to find out what's coming out in October. All I know is that TBR Harvest is coming out in October. That is hosted by Leandra from Leandra the TBR Zero. And I participated last year. I participated in her one in the winter, which I can't remember what that one was called. And this is the second year that I will be participating. I can't remember if this is the second or third year she's done it. It's the second year I'm participating anyways. and I'm really looking forward to it. I will do a separate video about that because there's going to be a lot of different things. So that'll come out in a completely separate video. This is just Jurassic TBR. As of right now, I don't have a ton of plans for October as far as like extracurricular activities. I do know that the first weekend of October, I will be out of town. I'm visiting my boyfriend, and then most likely over the Halloween weekend, I will probably be out of town as well. There's a reptile expo that's happening that I'm going to be going to in October as well. I go every single year. It's just a lot of fun. I really enjoy going to the expos. So I do know I'm doing that. Other than that, I truly have no idea what I'm doing. There are things I would like to do, like fall themed things I'd like to do. Go to the pumpkin patch, you know, get some pumpkins, maybe go apple picking. I don't know. Anyways, all I know is I want to do some fun fall stuff, but I haven't really thought about it much because to me it's still summer. Like it technically still is summer, right? Like the first day of fall, is it like not until sometime, is it in October? Maybe it is. Have we had the first day of fall yet? I don't even know, guys. This is how scatterbrained I've been. There's been a lot going on in my personal life lately, and I'm just like, whoa. So apologies for that. But anyways, it's really very warm today. Doesn't feel like fall to me. I haven't even decorated my shelves yet. I'm just like, I'm really behind. But I really wanted to get this video out because I'm like, I'm behind on things, but I need to not be behind on this. So October, I don't know if it's gonna be busy. I have no clue what is happening in October, other than the fact that I am doing the TBR Harvest, which is a pretty chill readathon. So yeah, we'll see what happens. And it's my birthday. I don't really have anything big planned. I'm turning 37, which is a bit terrifying, to be honest. It just means only a few more years to 40, and that is very scary. But besides that, my birthday's at the end of the month, so I am looking forward to that. I don't have any big plans. Like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing, but it doesn't matter because we're here to talk about books, and let's just go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and play the game. I will, oh, that's the other thing I was going to say. Guys, this month, because it is my birthday month, because it is October, my favorite month, I decided to do something a little fun with my game. Now, I have done this before in the past. I believe not last October, but last October I posted a video because last year I didn't post it all because I was in a car accident and it sucked. But the last October, I think it was, I went ahead and had my dog Ranger pick all of my books for me. I'm gonna do it again this year and I'm really excited. How it's gonna work is I'm gonna play my game like normal. I'm gonna get my prompts and then I'm gonna pick 3 books that fit the prompt, and Ranger is going to choose between the 3 books which one I'm going to read. So all of them are books I want to read. All of them are ones that I'm like, yeah, I'd really like to get to, whatever, but I'm going to let him decide between the 3, which could be good, could be bad. I don't know. But I just thought it'd be really fun. Ranger loves this game. I love the game where he gets to pick my books for me. So why not make it the whole month that he gets to pick my books? I'm really excited for that. So yeah, we'll play the game like normal. Instead of me picking 1, I pick 3 and let him pick. So that is how we're going to play the game. Oh my gosh, I just remembered. I do have another readathon I'm going to be doing in the month of October. It is the Journey Through the Bible readathon. I don't know why I spaced on that. I literally just watched Katie's video earlier today. That is hosted by Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails. And it's a really fun, like, Christian fiction. You don't have to read Christian fiction, but we're basically going on an adventure journey through the Bible. It's really super fun. I will link her video down below as well. Go check her out. She's amazing. So I will be participating in that. So hopefully I can pick some Christian fiction or biblical fiction books to go on my TBR. We'll see. I don't know how that's going to play out. Yikes. I might have I don't know. I'm like, depending on how the game goes, it might be a big TBR, it might be a little TBR. I don't know. I'm going to double up as much as I can because, like, that's, why wouldn't you? But anyways, that's all the news. That's everything I have to say. I'm pretty sure that's everything I have to say, at least. If I remember anything, there'll be a clip of me telling you about it, but I'm pretty sure that's all I have to say. So let's go ahead and play the game. Welcome to Jurassic TBR. So as always, I have Dr. Ellie, who is going to help me escape the game. And apologies about shadows or anything. I'm filming like you can see there's a ladder right there. I'm filming right by my window. So there's like shifting shadows, but hopefully it looks okay. So let's go ahead and grab our dice. I have a 10-sided and a 12-sided die. What I'm going to do is roll both of these. Whichever one is the higher number is the one I'm going to go with. if they tie, then I just get to choose. So we have a 3. We have a 6. So it looks like I'll be going with the 10-sided die today. Go for roll number 1. Roll number 1 is a 1. 1. That is a Mr. TBR card. So if I draw from the top of the pile here, I have Book Box Book. So anything from Fairy Loot or Owl Crate. Starting off so strong, y'all, with a 1. With a 1. That's okay. It's okay. It's still early. It's still early. So I landed on a green footprint, which means I pull a Mr. TBR card, and the one that I pulled was a Book Box Book. Book Box Books means special, basically just means special edition, so either a Fairy Loot book or an Owl Crate book. The 3 books that Ranger is going to choose from for me are Silver in the Bone by Alexandra Bracken. This is the Fairy Loot edition. The Buried and the Bound by Rochelle Hansen. This is the Owl Crate edition. And Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. This is also the Owl Crate edition. So Divine Rivals is kind of a fantastical World War reimagining, where these 2 journalists, I believe, are like, they're rivals in real life, but they're kind of writing letters back and forth, not realizing that they're communicating with each other. So yeah, rivals to lovers kind of situation. I've heard really, really good things about this book. I'm not a romance person. I don't know if this would be considered a romantasy, but it's a fantasy with romance. I don't mind that. So this is up on the list, and it feels fall to me. So I was like, yeah, we'll put this one on. Buried in the Bound. I mean, is this not the most fall cover you've ever seen in your life? So like, that's literally why I picked this one, because I was like, it's screaming fall. I don't even remember what this is about. It's like magical realism, I think. We have a hedge witch in Massachusetts, where basically this chick is trying to take care of her local place. And then we also have a dude who's in love with someone he doesn't remember thanks to a curse. And apparently they have to come together, I guess, and figure stuff out. So there's that one. I'm not going to go like super in depth in these because I don't know if I'm reading them. And then the last one would be Silver in the Bone by Alexandra Bracken. So this is like a reimagining of the King Arthur legends, or if I'm remembering correctly, it's like modern day, but the descendants of King Arthur and the Round Table Knights, maybe. I can't quite remember. If this one wins, I'll tell you more about it. If not, oh well. So let's go see what Ranger decided to pick for me. Treat, treat, and treat. All right, got the treats. Got the pup. Okay, which one? Silver in the Bone. Good boy. Silver in the Bone. Dun-dun-dun! We have a winner. Ranger picked Silver in the Bone. This is a very, very pretty one. And I don't know why, but for some reason, this is just, it feels fall to me. I was really trying to pick special editions that felt fall. Because this is Fairy Loot, we of course have a beautiful cover art under the dust jacket, or on the hardback. There is no art under the jacket, but we do have really cool end pages. And of course our sprayed edges, which are just, they're so cool. And if I am remembering correctly, yes, also signed by the author. I can't tell. I think that's physically signed. I don't think that's nope, that's not a digital, that's an actual signature, so that's cool. It says Tamsin Lark is a hollower breaking into ancient crypts of dark sorceresses in search of the treasures inside. Now rumors are swirling about a powerful ring from Arthurian legend, a ring that could free her brother Cable from a curse. But they aren't the only ones who covet it. She has to basically make an alliance with her rival, Imerys, the last person she wants to rely on, and then they have to try and, figure out, find this Arthurian ring, apparently. It says, driven by love, revenge, and pure adrenaline, this is the stunning new novel from one of top fantasy authors writing today. I loved lore. That was her like Greek mythology retelling, or not retelling, but inspired by. I really, really enjoyed that book a lot. Thought it was a really, really good standalone. I think this one is a standalone too. I could be incorrect on that, but this is it. This is Silver in the Bone, and I will be reading this for my special edition book. Let's do roll number 2. Really? Roll number 2 is also a 1. Okay, game, please don't tell me this is how it's going to be started out. So here's my staff. Let's draw from the top. And we have Pachycephalosaurus. Read a hardback. Moving right along at a fast pace. We got a 1. Which means we get a Jurassic TBR card. And so that one was Pachycephalosaurus, and that is to read a hardback book. So all 3 of the ones I chose are actually library books. Why I did that, I don't know. I just did. That's just how I decided. So first off, we have Scythe by Neil Shusterman. This is on my 25 by 25, so I would really like to get it read. I'd really like to get it read as I'm way behind on that. This is about like a utopian that's actually dystopian. Next up is Tentacles. This is by Roland Smith. This is the sequel to Cryptid Hunters, which I literally just finished last night. Absolutely love this. Can't wait to get into this one. So I'm kind of hoping he picks this one, but we'll just have to wait and see. But this is about a kraken. It's about these teenagers, or like, yeah, they're like 13. So young preteen teenagers that their uncle is a veterinarian who is also a cryptid hunter. And this one, they have to go search for the kraken. And the last one up is also on my 25 and 25, and that is The Five by Hallie Rubenhold. This is the untold lives of the women killed by Jack the Ripper. It's a nonfiction book, and I would really love to read this, as I don't know hardly anything about his victims, which I know way more about the serial killer, which is really messed up that most people know more about the killer than about the victims. We need to honor the victims. So anyways, that is the third option he has to choose from. The pup is ready. The books are set. Okay, choose. Scythe. Good boy. So, Scythe by Neil Shusterman. Well, at least he picked a book that was on my 25 or 25. I gotta read it anyways. Ranger picked Scythe by Neil Shusterman. This one, it says, "Thou shalt kill a world with no hunger, no disease, no war, no misery." Basically, they conquered death. It's peace. No one dies naturally anymore, and so they have to recruit scythes to kill people off, because like overpopulation and that sort of thing. And I think we're following some young adults who are in training. This is a young adult book. Makes sense. Young adults who are in training to become scythes. I'm pretty sure that's what this series is about. And I've been wanting to read it forever. I've heard so many good things about this for the longest time. So hopefully I'll get to it, but this is what I'm going to be reading for that. I decided to grab my little tray here to hopefully help, because the dice doesn't seem to like to roll on this. So hopefully it'll roll better on the tray. Roll number 3. You guys, how is this happening? 1. Okay, another Mr. TBR, and we have published after 1989. Guys, I'm getting a little scared. 3 ones in a row. Thankfully, I don't have any rules about doubles or anything like that as far as the numbers of the dice go, but like, is this how the game's gonna go? I mean, I know I said I don't have a whole lot going on in October, but like, I don't want a lotteries. Yeah, so a 1, and basically, again, we get a Mr. TBR card, and this one is published after 1989. The reason I did this was because I should really be published after 1988, to be honest, because I was born in 88, and this is just like basically like read a book that's younger than you. I don't know why I said it this way. That's just how I said it. But basically, I just wanted to read a book that came out after I was born, is basically the prompt for that. So I could have picked an old book, like something that came out in the 90s. I did not. I am choosing, well, Ranger's going to choose between The Girl in the Bog by Keith Donahue, The Ghost Tree by Christina Henry, and The Garden Girls by Jessica R. Patch. This one is like a mythological ancient heroes from Irish mythology and folklore come to life. Come to life in the modern world in this dark atmospheric story. That sounds really fun. This came out in 2024. I think this was on my most anticipated of last year. I never got to it, so we'll see if he picks it. Then we have The Ghost Tree by Christina Henry. I read Near the Bone by her a couple years ago and absolutely loved it. It's a horror, but like more psychological, and I loved it. So I'm curious to see about this one. And this one was published in 2020. And then the last one is The Garden Girls. I believe this was also 2024. Yep, 2024. They're all fairly newer, but hey, they're all published after 89, so it counts. And this is the third book in a kind of companion series about FBI profilers. It's a thriller suspense type story that I'm really kind of hoping he takes this one, because I would really like to get to this one, but we'll see what he does. Books, puppy, Ranger weight. Ranger weight. Okay. Girl in the Bog. All right, good choice, bud. This is Ranger's pick. Good boy. Well, he didn't necessarily pick the one I wanted the most, but I'm really not mad. I'm really not mad at this. Girl in the Bog by Keith Donahue. This one, I'm pretty sure it is Irish folklore, which I have Irish ancestry, so of course I'm always super into that. It says at once a thrilling chase novel and a wry reimagining of Ireland's oldest epic. So this is about a bog girl. Basically, they have found, like over in the UK and Ireland and stuff, they've found bodies that have basically been mummified and preserved in the bog and the peat. And so they find a body that is at least 2,000 years old. And apparently she wakes up, and there are people after her because, of course, the government probably is going to be after her. And some weird things happen. And I think there's fairies and other things. It says part mystery, part fantasy, part mystery, part thriller, part send up this comic. What? Send up this comic and poignant love song to Irish literature. And the gift of gab does not merely blend genres, it braids them into Celtic knots. So it's gonna be funny. I have no clue, but it sounds interesting. So yeah, that's the one he picked for me. All right, game, you've had your fun. Now let's get to. Look, I'm actually like shaking it around, rolling it. You guys can see this, right? Let's get to a good number. Whoa! As I dropped on the floor. Okay, I'm back. Let's get to a good number. That's much, much better. We have an 8. I don't think this tray is doing anything. I'm just gonna take it away. I need one of those like dice rollers. Okay, 1, 2. Oh, here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, which is another Jurassic TBR card. So for the next one, we have Franklin Webb, read an underrated book. Finally moving somewhere. Finally moving. We got an 8, which landed me on a Red Footprint, which is a Jurassic TBR card, and the one I drew was Franklin Webb, read an underrated book. Now for this one, by underrated, basically it's underhyped. I'm not going to be like looking at the actual ratings, like, you know, Goodreads or whatever, because I have lowly rated in my TBR as well. Underrated is basically underhyped. A book I never hear anyone talking about. You kind of get the gist. Okay, I chose 3 books that have literally never heard anyone talking about, like ever, on the internet. I don't know if they have high ratings or not. I didn't look them up. Again, I'm just going by like underhyped, basically. So first off, we have Mark of the Lion by Suzanne Arruda. This is a historical fiction set in 1919. And it's about a woman who is from the military who has to go to Africa, investigate the death of a fighter pilot's father, and track down his half brother. But she also gets involved in murder. So it sounds really fun. It's been on my list for a while. It's also on my 25 by 25. So I'm like, I should probably read this. Bringing it back because you know what, I can. We got Tentacles by Roland Smith. I've never heard anyone talk about this series ever. So to me, that means it's underrated. We're going to give this a second try and see what Ranger thinks. And then also, bringing another one back, Buried in the Bound by Rochelle Hansen. Even though it's I don't know if I would count this for underrated because it is an Owl Crate book. It's like, obviously people have thought about it, but I've never ever heard anyone talking about it. And it's such a fall looking book that I'm like, I'm just going to use it, guys. Because I personally have never heard anyone talk about it. So for me, it's underrated. Let's go see which one Ranger is going to choose. My boy, this dog, he's picking good. He picked Tentacles for underrated. I really wanted to get to this one really, really badly. I'm so glad that Ranger decided to pick this one for me. So once again, this is book 2 in the Cryptid Hunters series. I just read this one. This one, they're searching for Mokili Mimbimbe. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a dinosaur in the Congo. This one, they're going off the coast of New Zealand to try and find the Kraken. We have Marty and Grace and their Uncle Wolf. And I do believe one of Marty's friends comes along for the adventure. And I'm sure there's going to be some crazy stuff that's happening. Because the first book was wild in the best way, you know? It was so good. So yeah, this is what I'll be reading for underhyped or underrated, whatever I said. Let's go ahead and see what's next. Okay, roll number 3, 4, 4 or 5? I think 4, maybe. Let's see. Oh, there we go. A 10. Much, much better. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Owned nonfiction TBR. Okay, a bit interesting. I moved 10 spaces, which is awesome. But I gotta choose from my nonfiction TBR. And at first I was like, I might cheat this one and just choose from my physical TBR, like do that again. But then I was like, no, wait a minute. I have true crime books on my TBR. And like, what better time to read a true crime book than in October, in the fall, in the spooky season? So I have 3 books here to show you that Ranger's going to choose from. We have Gone at Midnight. This is The Mysterious Death of Eliza Lamb by Jake Anderson. This one is on my 25 in 25. You'll notice a pattern. I haven't really read a whole lot of those. But Ranger can choose from this one. Then we have one that's like not necessarily true crime, but kind of has to do with it. And that is The Sociopath Next Door by Martha Stout, PhD. And this is 1 in 25 ordinary Americans secretly has no conscience and can do anything at all without feeling guilty. Who is the devil you know? This is also on my 25 of 25. So there's that one. And then the last one is a brand new one that I just got. And that is The Man No One Believed by Josiah Sharp, The Untold Story of the Georgia Church Murders. This was a Book of the Month pick, a nonfiction Book of the Month pick for August of this year, 2025. And it's about a man that was wrongly convicted, or supposedly wrongly convicted, of a murder. I think it was like a pastor and his wife got killed or something like that. It takes place in 1985. So yeah, we'll see which one Ranger chooses. Okay, Ranger decided that I'm going to be reading Gone at Midnight, The Mysterious Death of Eliza Lamb by Jake Anderson. I am excited for this one. I was following her story shortly after she disappeared. What year was that? Or shortly after she was found? 2013. So yeah, this has been I don't know if there's been any new developments. Let me see what year this book was written in. This was in 2020, so 5 years ago. There could be some new developments in there. I don't think they ever knew what happened. Basically, they found her body, and it was in here, in the water container for the hotel. It's very sad. Like, there's a lot of mystery around her case. No one knows if it was self-inflicted, if it was an accident, if it was murder. At least from my understanding of the case. Like, I haven't looked into it in a while, but I found this in a free little library, and I was like, heck yes, man. That's super cool. Because, you always hope for justice for the victims and also for the families to be able to have answers. It's like, they know she's gone, but like, you hope, or at least I hope for the family, that they can get, it's not closure per se, because it's never really closure when someone dies, but like, answers. Like, was it self-inflicted? Was it mental illness? Was it drugs? Was it paranormal? Because there's a weird elevator footage of her acting really strange before she disappears. So there's a lot of weird stuff with this case. So I'm very excited to read this book and see if he has anything new to bring to the table. And are there pictures? There are pictures. Yeah, here's the weird elevator stuff that I was talking about. Here's the Cecil Hotel. Anyways, that's what I'll be reading for nonfiction. Roll. Next roll is a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Another Jurassic TBR card. So I have, oh gosh, Gary Mitchell. Read a book about dinosaurs. And because there is the slash mark there, means I have to read two for this one prompt. We moved ahead a good chunk, 9 spaces. We landed on a Jurassic TBR card, which is great, except for the fact we landed on Gary Mitchell, read a book about dinosaurs, and right here in the corner, if it'll focus, is a little bitty slash, like a dinosaur, you know? Which means I have to read 2 books for this prompt. So I'm gonna do that, but I might cheat a little bit in the way I pick the books. Ranger's still picking them for me, but let me explain. So for round 1, we are going to have The Paleontologist by Luc Damas. Yes, this was on the previous TBR this year. Still haven't read it. Next up will be The Fossil Hunter by T. Cooper. This is following a female paleontologist in Australia. And Dinosaur Sanctuary Volume 4, which is what I'm up to. And this is super cute. Like, think Jurassic Park, but if the dinosaurs never escaped and like everything was happy and family friendly. That's basically, we're following a dino keeper. Is a really adorable series. Okay, so for round 2, basically what it's going to be is 2 of these 3, whichever one Ranger does not pick is going back in the pile. And then because we'll have an extra space, I'm going to add on Codename Flood, which is the second book in the Edge of Extinction duology by Laura Martin. I read the first one earlier this year, adored it. Like, again, think Jurassic Park, but only the dinosaurs now rule the world. Humans have kind of died out, dinosaurs rule, and we're following a young girl as she has to go on an adventure to basically save the world. And I am ridiculously excited for this one because the first one was so gosh darn good. Middle grade adventure with dinosaurs. Okay, so Ranger has to pick from these 4. We'll see what he decides. First up, he picked The Fossil Hunter by T. Cooper. That's good because this is an interlibrary loan that needs to be returned in the month of October, early in October. So I need to get it read ASAP. And this is a historical mystery set in Australia in 1880. Buried secrets, an ancient fossil, and one woman's determination to unravel a 19th century mystery. Oh, it looks like it's dual timeline. We also have 1919. So interesting. I've never read anything by this author before, but it has to do with a woman paleontologist or a woman fossil hunter, which is super, super cool. So I'm looking forward to this one. And then you saw he decided to go with The Paleontologist for book number 2. He really had something against that Dinosaur Sanctuary one because he like sniffed it and was like, nope, that's not the one for me. So The Paleontologist by Luc Damas. This is perfect. This is a paleontology horror. Basically, it's giving me Night at the Museum vibes, but horror. Like if Night at the Museum was not a family-friendly time. And the dinosaur doesn't want to play fetch. The dinosaur maybe wants to eat you. I don't know. But we're following a paleontologist. This, I guess, takes place during 2020 or right after 2020. Not exactly sure. But it says a haunted paleontologist returns to the museum where his sister was abducted years earlier and is faced with a terrifying and murderous spirit in this chilling novel. And I'm pretty sure it has to do something with dinosaurs. It better have something to do with dinosaurs. He's the stinking paleontologist. It's the name of the book. Also, this green, I was so tempted for, I mean, I still might do it because I'm getting my hair done before Halloween, to do like the purple I have here. I know it might look kind of blue and screen, but it's purple and that green. What do you guys think? What do you think? should I? I'm kind of tempted, but I really like the style I have now, and I'm like, I don't want to stray from it because we're almost got it to where I really want it. Like it's perfect. But like that green is really cool. Anyways, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but that's the second book. So for the dinosaur prompt, I'll be reading these two books. Come on, game, it's my birthday month. Play nice. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to roll a 4. If I don't roll a 4, I have to go back with the amount of space on the dice. Well, at least we're not going back very far. A 1. Go back 1, and that is thriller. Well, we didn't escape, but we only went back 1 space. So, like, I can't be too terribly mad about that. I landed on a thriller, so let me show you the books that I'm picking for that. So the choices that Ranger has to choose from are The Dry by Jane Harper. This is a thriller set in Australia, and it's during like a major drought. I think he's a detective or something. Yeah, the federal agent. And has to go back home to a small town, and there's like secrets and mysteries and stuff like that. So sounds very interesting. Probably not the best to read in the fall. I mean, for Australia, because it's going into their spring, right? It's going to be like dry and hot. Maybe that is good to read in the fall. It's going to be cold. I don't know. Anyways, The Dry. I'm picking it. Then I have Buried Wilderness Secrets. This is by Jamie Jo Wright. This is a tiny little book. This is her very first love-inspired suspense novel. And it is 205 pages. So itty bitty little thing. And I am very excited to read this. As Jamie Jo Wright is one of my all-time favorite authors. I've read almost everything that she has written, and this was her new release. This came out this year, I think. Yeah, this came out in 2025, so that is an option. And then because I really want to read this book, Garden Girls is back on the list because it is also a thriller. I gotta give it another chance. This is by Jessica R. Patch. This will complete the series, at least what she's written so far. I don't know if she's writing anymore in this, but basically this is like, think Criminal Minds, but if some of the characters believed in God and were Christians, you would have this series. So good. It's dark and gritty and messed up, and I love it. So yeah, those are the 3 he will choose from. Let's go see what he picks. Okay, got the books again. Again, we got the puppy. Ranger, wait. I'll see if it's the order I place the treats down. Okay. Nope. The Garden Girls. Good job, buddy. Yay, he picked the correct book. This is what I'm reading for thriller. My boy coming in clutch with The Garden Girls by Jessica R. Patch. I'm not going to tell you what this one is about. You can read them as standalones, but like, where's the fun in that? Basically, I'll just read the little top here. It says, on a remote Outer Banks island, a serial killer collects his prized specimens, and to stop him, an FBI agent must confront his own twisted path. I think there is a cult in here. I have a hair somewhere. There's a loose hair and it's bothering me. If I'm remembering correctly, we're following one of the characters from the FBI Strange Crimes Unit team, and I think that it will have to do with some kind of religious cult, which is always super fascinating. I love books like that. These like literally feel like an episode of Criminal Minds, but like the main dude, I cannot think of his name for the life of me. Hodgkin. Hodge. Yeah, that guy, the main guy. It would be that, but if he was a Christian, and like some of his team is, and some of his team isn't. That's basically it. But other than that, it is freaking Criminal Minds. So if you like Criminal Minds, you should read these books. And they can get kind of gory and kind of crazy and twisty, but oh my gosh, it's so good. Like the same reason I love Criminal Minds, I love these, but even more because they're Christian. Yeah, I love sorry, I'm excited. I am so excited he picked this for me. I've been wanting to read this since it came out. I've read the previous 2. I reread them this year, just recently actually, so that I could get to the 3rd one. And I'm so excited, you guys. I'm so excited. Okay, now let's go and see if I can escape or if my game's gonna be rude and add more books to my TBR. And what will hopefully be the last roll, because oh my gosh, what do I have? The number I was supposed to get last time, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Owned TBR. Holy moly. Okay, and let's just go ahead and roll because we know I've escaped. We get a 4 again. And there we go. I have officially escaped Jurassic TBR. And a 4. Rolled a 4. Where was that last roll? Last time I could have rolled a 4 and escaped, but no, I had to add an extra book, 2 books to my game. Anyways, I rolled a 4, landed on a white footprint, which means I get to draw from my TBR jar. Now I'm going to do this a little bit differently this time. Because as y'all know, Ranger's picking the books. So I'm not going to let him like pick out of here because he'll destroy this. What I'm going to do is basically, I'm going to pick 3 out of here. I'm not going to open them up. I'm just going to pick 3 and then put them on random books and have him pick from there. And whichever one he picks is the one I'm going to choose. All right, so I'm going to open her up. And look, it's even a little spider, like perfect for Halloween or for, you know, October spooky season. I always do this with like, I've always tend to do this. And it's like, no, you need to do it this way so your face is not covered up. Okay, so, before we get into it, pink ones, or like the salmon color ones, are anything that I hauled before 2020. The green ones are anything that I hauled between 2020 and 2023. Blue are hauled last year, 2024, and yellow is anything that I hauled this year of 2025. So that kind of tells you what we're working with. And I'm not going to look, but I'm going to pick this one. Okay, we got a blue. We've got a blue, so that means last year, something I hauled last year. I think that's good because as far as I know, I didn't haul anything super, super huge last year. This time, let's just take off the top. I want this one. Oh, another blue one. Okay. Another book I hauled last year. Okay, now let's dig in again and see if I can get a different color. I don't care. If I get all the same color, it is what it is. I don't really care, but I'm just like, let's see. We'll go to the bottom. I want this one. Pink. Okay. That could be scary because there are some pretty hefty books that I have. I have some pretty hefty books that I hauled before 2020. Plus, they've been on my shelves for a minimum of 5 years. So talk about TBR vet. Okay, these are my three cards that Ranger is going to choose from, and all 3 of these are books I own. So whichever one he chooses is the book I'm going to read. Fingers crossed it's one that's like, it's a good one. I'm a little nervous. Like, this is nerve-wracking anyways, but now I'm like extra taking it out of my hands. Okay. Let's go see what Ranger picks. Okay, so Ranger went ahead and picked the pink one. Makes it easy if I want to remember between these 2. I'm gonna go ahead and open these just to see what they are. See what else he could have chosen for me, and if he did me good or he did me dirty. These will go back into the thing. I just want to see what the options were. The Last Wish. Okay. Thankfully, I did not get that one. That is book 1 of the Witcher series. Not looking forward to reading that this month. That's good so far. Keep up the streak, buddy. The Raven. I have actually already read this one, so this wouldn't have counted even if he did pick it. So that's going to go away. I'm not going to redraw because he already picked it. Unless this one is one I've read, then I'll redraw. But yeah, works out because I've already read it anyways. So this is the actual one I'm going to be reading this month, hopefully, theoretically. The Guest List. I've read that too. Does that mean I have to read this one? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to draw 2 more, and I'm going to have them in each hand and let Ranger pick, and we'll see what he does. Oh god, because I'm not reading this. You guys can tell I haven't cleaned this out. I only made this last year, and I'm like, there's 400 something cards in here. I'm not going through every single one. Pull out what I've read because I haven't read a whole lot off my TBR. Apparently the ones I'm drawing though. Oh, I should show you guys. So we'll go for these 2, another blue one and a green one. Okay, blue is 2024 hauled. Green is anything between 2020 and 2023. I will mix them up in my hand, so I don't even know which hand holds what. Ranger, come here. Come over this side. Pick a hand. Come here. Which hand? Pick one. Which one you want? You want this one? Okay, good boy. Get down now. Yeah. Good job. Good boy. Good baby. All right, Ranger picked. Crap. Which one did Ranger pick? I gotta watch the video because I put one down and I wasn't sure which hand I put it down. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this again. I couldn't tell which one it was, so we're gonna do this one more time. Ranger, you're a good boy. Okay, this time I will pay attention to what I put. All right, maybe he'll pick the same one. I don't know. Okay, which hand? Pick one. Come here. Pick a hand. Oh, okay. Well, okay, thank you. Get down. Well, he bumped this one. So that's the one I had originally anyway. So I guess he really wants the blue one today. So we're just going to go with that. What can we do? Let's just take a peek at what this would have been. Let's see. What could you have picked for me? And what maybe did you pick the first time? I think he picked the blue, but like both times, we'll see. Would have been the Soul Hunter, which would have actually been a good one for this month. It's up there. I'm not going to get it down. It is a Christian horror, basically, like supernatural horror. But he picked blue, so let's go ahead and open this puppy up and see what we got. Secret in the Willows. Actually, that's super, super nice because this is a middle grade. Guys, this actually works out great too because this is also a Christian fiction. So I can read this for Leandra's, or Katie's TBR. Sorry about the sun, the lighting. Let me turn the camera just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. Okay. Secrets in the Willows is what Ranger chose for me. Good boy, Ranger. So this is off my own TBR. Super short little middle grade children's chapter book, really. And this is following a young girl who lives next to an Amish village. And her best friend is Amish. And they have like mysteries and things. So this is by Beverly Lewis. This is book 2 in the series. Yay! I'm actually really excited for this. So, holy buckets. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna drop it. Here's my TBR for October. Oh, can I get it without dropping all the books everywhere? Maybe. Come on, baby. There we go. This is my TBR for the month of October. These are all the books I'm going to be reading. Yay! I'm excited though. There is some good ones on here. So let's really quickly go through the list. Okay, here is my stack. Oh my gosh, this is heavy. Let's see if I can prop it up my leg without making everything fall down. Ooh, this is precarious. Okay, woo! Here we go. This is the stack of books that I will be reading in October for my TBR, or will hopefully be reading in October for my TBR. We have, what is it called? Oh my gosh, what's it called? It's not on the title. Something in the bone, or snake, something, smoke, bone, something. Alexander Bracken, holy crap, guys, sorry. For special edition or book box book, we have Scythe by Neil Schusterman for hardcover. The Girl in the Bog by Kay Chronister for, I think it's Kay Chronister, for published after 1989. Tentacles by Roland Smith for a underhyped or underrated book. Gone at Midnight by Jake Anderson for owned nonfiction TBR. We have The Fossil Hunter by T. Cooper and The Paleontologist by Luke DeMoss, both for dinosaurs, or a book about dinosaurs. The Garden Girls for a thriller, and Secret in the Willows, or The Garden Girls by Jessica R. Path. Secret in the Windows by Beverly Lewis for owned TBR. So that's it. Shadow in the Bone, that's what it's called. Yeah, that's my TBR, guys. This is really heavy. We're gonna do this and not hit the microphone because that'd be awkward. Okay, there you go, guys. That is my TBR. Also, I just realized something. Boy, my prompt for Leandra's game, if you guys don't want to know, if you want to go watch that video, I'll go ahead and link, if I can, I'll link the video that she announces the bingo prompts, because she so kindly asked me to be a part of the game where I have to give a prompt for the bingo card. It's for TBR Harvest. You guys should check it out, even if you don't plan on playing. It's so much fun, and she is doing such a great job at like helping showcase other creators and really trying to bring the community into a community, you know? So anyways, she asked me for a prompt, and of course, y'all, my prompt was read a book about dinosaurs. So like, hello, I already have two right here. That will work. If I read either of these, it counts for the bingo square. That, for my bingo square, I think I'm I-16. And one of the cards I'm using, my alternative card, has my square on it. So I'm very excited for that. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Make sure that you give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you have not done so already. This is going to be a pain in the butt to edit this video because I've been all over the place today. And let's see, emoji. Yeah, dinosaur or a dog. Both those I will accept as emojis. If you want to leave an emoji, just let me know you were here. If not, you can you can always leave a comment. That'd be awesome. I would love to hear from you guys. Let me know your thoughts on any of these books. If you read them, not, love them, hate them, just tell me what you ate for breakfast today. I don't care. Whatever you want to say down in the comments. I would really appreciate you leaving one. It would really help my channel grow. I'm really hoping. I'm hoping to get to 450 by the end of the year. I'm at like 421 right now, guys, which is absolutely insane to me. Thank you, every freaking single one of you. Truly, truly, thank you for just helping me create this channel and be a community. It's been so much fun. I love all of you guys. Ugh, thank you so much. So yeah, enjoy your October. Happy spooky season. Happy birthday month to me. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.